As all of you know that this year FTI and SRFTI both has a different way of conducting the orientation and interview, which is online. All of you have received the information via email how they're going to conduct, what is going to be their schedule. So first thing is, if you have never used a Google Meet, get used to using this particular platform. So along with any of your friend, do some practice with the Google Meet so that you understand which button is where when you are going to have the interview or the interaction online. Now, very important thing is that how to set up the camera. Camera means the camera of either the mobile phone or camera of the iMac system or your laptop. Many a times I have seen that the people, first of all, the format has to be horizontal. They have very clearly defined that when you are interacting, the format of the camera has to be horizontal mode, not the vertical mode. That's point number one, you need to take care of it. Point number two is that camera lens has to be at the eye level. Right now, what you're looking at me is an eye level. If I put my camera here, you will see it is a low level, low angle. And what happens when you use the camera low angle? 90% of the people who are using for Facebook Live or something else, I have seen the low angle camera in which you will see the ceiling as well as some fan or something else. So this should be avoided. Point number three, once a camera is being set, you need to see that the background is equally important, because if the background is too bright, suppose there is a window over there, so it will give a burnout and your face would look darker because camera will take the exposure in a overall manner. So your face would look darker than the brightness. So see to it that the background should not be too bright. It should be plain background, preferably, ideally speaking, and it should not have too much of a it should be avoided with a window. There should not be any window or any door where the sunlight is coming directly from there. Also equally important is the sound level, because people need to hear you. After looking at you, they also need to hear you. So your sound has to be very, very clear. Say for example, the student who are for acting, they might be performing over there. So if they are performing, they cannot have a wire attached microphone with them. Okay. So if you are too far from the camera itself, then your voice will not be clear. So you need to see that you have to be closer to the camera when you are performing, particularly for acting student. For others, it's normal that you could be having a cable connected microphone so that your voice will be much more clear. As I said, that for the face is a good idea to have a small light, maybe table lamp or some other light being used next to the camera or maybe behind the camera, so that your face should have the enough light, so it should be seen very properly. All these things are the small point which makes a lot of difference, and very important is you need to dress up neatly, cleanly. See to it that you look fresh, you look charged up when you're talking in front of the camera, because that the kind of energy you are interacting with them is the most important. Not what was your score, how much percentile you had, what was your individual score, that has no meaning as of now. So that carries only 20% of the weightage. So what you're going to do now is most important. So see to it, all the exercises they have given to you, read them carefully. One of the important thing which all of you have to do is prepare the purpose of statement, which means why are you interested in this particular course? What makes you motivated to join cinematography or acting or direction or producing for that matter? Why are you interested in producing rather than the direction? So your purpose of statement would define very clearly your intention why you are coming to this particular course which you have applied for. Many a times it has happened, I have seen many people apply for acting as well as cinematography. Now it has no combination with each other. So for whatever reason you have applied for this course, that intention has to come through very, very clearly in your purpose of statement. They've also mentioned the portfolio. So if you have done something which represents best of your capabilities, not anything, and something which is very important, preferably of a shorter duration, whether it is a short film or whether it is a performance, a part of a performance. If you have acted in a play, say for example, then maybe just the clipping of that play, which is the most important part of the play where you have done the performance, only that much part would be advisable to send them, not each and everything in terms of your portfolio. Even if you are applying for a direction, for example, and if you have acted in some play and you think that is a very important part of the play where you have acted, maybe just that particular clipping of 2 minutes or 3 minutes is useful. If you have done a 10-minute short film, for example, or 20-minute short film, nobody is going to watch the 20-minute short film over there. Choose a selected part. Or if you have done a shorter film, maybe of 1 minute of public service ad film, prefer that to send rather than to send a long film of 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a long duration, by the way. So I would advise that make a clipping which will create an impact about your shot taking capabilities, about your directing capabilities, about using the editing, using the camera, other aspect of the filmmaking. So it is just a sample. They don't expect it to be a perfect, because you are not a filmmaker. You are a student, or you would like to study a particular discipline. So portfolio, if you have something good, send it, otherwise not. Also, beside that, there are interactive sessions over there. They have given you something which you need to prepare beforehand and send it to them. Take enough time, contemplate about it, and then shoot those things which they have asked. For a cinematography, they have asked to shoot certain still on a particular topic. Now take enough time, figure it out, how to go about it, and then you do it. Don't try to cheat it by taking somebody else's photograph and sending it to them, or maybe taking a help of a professional and asking him to shoot, and then you send it saying that I shot it. Because if you have not done it yourself, they will figure it out that it is not your work, it is of someone else's work. So be honest in your approach. If you do not know something, it's fine. But if you know, they just wanted to know one thing, that are you intelligent enough? Are you sincere enough for the profession which you have chosen? These are the two things they are looking at it. All these exercises which are having live or which pre-recorded or shoot beforehand and then you need to send it, be honest into those exercises, because they would be discussing that also with you along with other panelists over there. So make sure that your battery of the camera should not run out at that time. Make sure that internet connection has to be proper. On the contrary, I would say use double set. Say for example, I would be using a camera to figure it out my answers and questions, for example, and I would be using a Mac system also in case if I need to, if I have the facility of using the two. But if you don't have a two system, it's fine. Laptop is the best way to go about it. If you don't have a laptop, then maybe a computer system. But again, as I said, that all that level has to be there, the level of the camera, where the camera is being fitted, whether the background, what kind of background you have over there, do you have enough light, all these points I have given it to you. So see to it that your recording mechanism has to be in a properly set, so that whatever you want to say could be properly communicated to them. That's what they are looking at. Thank you very much.